If you missed our last video on honoring hunger and the second principle of intuitive eating that we shared not too long ago, check the link in the description box below, catch yourself up, and let's talk about a case study for that today. So this person I want to talk about today, when I met them at their first visit, their primary issue was that they were feeling no hunger at all in the earlier part of the day. From waking up to going through their morning routine, there was just absolutely no hunger signals at all. But then by the time 11 o'clock rolled around, this person felt famished and ravenously hungry and felt very hard felt it was very hard to satisfy their hunger by that time. It then also was leading to, after lunch, still feeling some thoughts and desire for food, and then especially on the trip home from work, this was resulting in sporadic, unplanned, and impulsive decision making around food. So both before and after dinner, finding that this person was eating past fullness, into discomfort, really feeling guilty about food choices, and overall not having a lot of control over their appetite at that time. And then this person would go to bed feeling stuffed, uncomfortably full, wake up the next morning, have no appetite, and the cycle would continue. At first visit, this person was meeting about 84 or 85% of their nutritional need and about a third of what their protein needs were. And most importantly, for this particular case, this person was only eating about half of what a recommended breakfast would be for them, in part completely understandable that they had no appetite for it, but still quite small, and one of the primary pieces of work that we started doing together. This person at their initial visit was also reporting an energy level of 5 out of 10 and a persistent ongoing need to either actually nap during the day or just feeling like they needed to nap during the day. So very, very low energy. When we tested their metabolic rate came back at about 77% of what would be predicted or optimal for them. So this person was hypometabolic. Their body was not getting enough of the nutrition that it needed throughout the day and was slowing down and doing less to compensate for that. And also their protein substrate utilization, which is essentially how much they're relying on their healthy tissue and breaking that down for resting energy expenditure needs, that was also significantly above range. That was actually 30% above, that was 47% above the recommendation. So this person was hypometabolic, their body was slowing down, and they were actually using a significant amount of their healthy lean tissue to keep them going throughout the day. And this is somebody who was eating close to 85% of what their nutritional needs were. Even then, the body was having a reaction to that and struggling to cope with that. And in part, it was because early in the day, this person was just not meeting their nutritional needs, and it was leading to a lot of erratic eating behavior later in the day. So we set this person up on a planned nutrition strategy, so specific meals at specific times during the day. We had some ideal recommendations around what would be filling, what would be satisfying, and what would be nutritionally complex and diverse and able to help them meet their protein needs better. And within 1 week of following this plan, approximately 75% of the time, so a little bit of leeway there, this person was already reporting significantly better energy levels, significantly more hunger earlier in the day, and this person was also exhibiting way better appetite control around lunch. A couple of the issues that we were still working on at this 1 week mark were really that breakfast was still a little bit on the small side, and that then was also snowballing into still not having good appetite control at the work commute hours, kind of that transition from work to home life. So that's what we continued working on at that point. By the 8-week mark, this person significantly improved their ability to execute on their nutrition plan. They were meeting their needs 100% of the time. They were maintaining consistent, appropriate meals and meal sizes. And this person was consistently reporting 8 out of 10 or better energy levels. This person was also saying that they were no longer thinking about napping and certainly weren't napping during the day. And overall, we're just reporting less guilt around food, better control around food in the later evening hours, less binging or unplanned snacking, and less feeling uncomfortably full in the evening. So in a matter of 2 months of implementing a nutrition strategy that was really designed to help re-regulate hunger and fullness cues, this person was feeling significantly better. When we retested her metabolic rate at the 4-month mark, what we actually found was that her metabolic rate had recovered to over 100% of recommended. So her body was back to functioning at a healthy, normal metabolic rate. And what we also found was that when the nutrition was adequate and well distributed throughout the day and included enough protein, this person's protein substrate utilization, so how much of the healthy tissue in her body was being used for fuel as opposed to food, that actually also returned to normal, healthy range. So not only throughout this 2-month process did this person have to confront some of the discomfort they felt with having to eat more and larger meals at times where they weren't hungry, but by doing that, we're able to significantly improve their relationship with food, significantly reduce how guilty and uncomfortable they felt around food and food choices. They gained more control over their eating patterns as opposed to less. And they actually also physically recovered their metabolic rate and became healthier as a result of that. So I just hope that this case study helps with proving that with a little bit of work and a little bit of pushing against your discomfort, you actually can do a significant amount of work with restoring your own authentic hunger and fullness cues and move forward in the intuitive eating process. So consider that. Apply anything that we talked about today and in our last video to maybe some of the things that you're experiencing in your life, and let us know how it goes in the comments below. So stay tuned for the next principle, Principle 3, and that will be up in just a couple weeks. Take care and see you then.